At Parker Schnabel's Yukon operation, his right-hand man, Mitch Blaschke, is trying to achieve the impossible. Mine out a record-breaking 90 acres of ground in just one season.
It starts getting scary when you think about how much we got to sluice here and how close to the end of the season we are.
Parker's crew has already sluiced out 60 of the 90-acre airstrip, hauling in nearly 5,500 ounces of gold. Now, Slucifer is 2/3 of the way through the payback cut, while Big Red has just started to churn through the massive 24-acre runway cut.
This is a giant cut. We're taking over twice the amount of material that we'd normally be sending to the wash plant. Really hard on Big Red.
We're down here in runway cut. Pay is kind of split half and half, wet and dry.
Feeding pay dirt to Big Red is new hire 25-year-old Liam Pukila.
This rainy weather that we've had and these foggy mornings aren't doing us any favors and drying out our material either. So we're just working with what we got right now. Hey Mitch, these grizzly bars are acting up and sitting sideways. You think come take a look?
Yeah, man, I'll be right back.
Hey man, no more dirt, no more dirt. We gotta shut it down here. That thing's ready just to peel right off there. Now we've got to shut the plant down. Our grizzly bars are the only thing that protect it. And, well, they're about ready to leave that hopper feeder. Yeah, we got a major problem there. Hey, Ty, you got a copy, Ty?
Yeah, go for Ty.
Hey, man, I need you down here at Big Red right away. We got some big issues with our grizzly bars.
On the runway cut, Mitch has been forced to shut down Big Red.
Last thing we want to do is have these grizzly bars snap off. It's our only protection to keep all the big rocks from going through our wash plant. I got Ty on his way down here right now. See what we can do to get them fixed.
The grizzly bars on the hopper feeder are too beat up to continue operating.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy, she's busted up pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like we've ripped some stuff apart.
100% it did. She be broke.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy the punishment this thing's been through. I mean, you look at all those big rocks getting dropped on it 24 hours a day. Yeah. And eventually something had to give.
Yep.
We'll just have to see what we can do to get it pulled back down, weld it back up, plate it up however we can here.
We'll do what we can.
The hydraulic grizzly bars stop large boulders from getting into and damaging the wash plant. But after 5 months' heavy use, the frame holding the bars has bent out of shape and a hinge has ripped off the hopper. The quick fix? Bend the frame back down and reattach the hinge bracket to the wash plant. Then, weld a plate on to try and hold it in place.
Mitch is just hoping that I fix us in time. It's just gonna take as long as it's gonna take. This is definitely not ideal.
After 6 hours,
Job done. Yeah, it ain't pretty.
Ty has finished repairing Big Red's grizzly bars.
We're firing up.
Should be good for the rest of the year. We hope.
We got to make a change here, so the only thing we can do to really make that work, probably slow the feed rate down. We're going to send some of this material to Slucifer and to run that wash plant at max capacity.
He's kind of in a tough spot. Running some of that material down to Slucifer. It's expensive, it's time consuming, it's hard on people, but we don't sluice it, we lose it. So right now it looks like that's our only option. Hey there, youngster.
Hi, guys. So how have you guys been? Good, man. Things going okay?
It was an interesting week. We had a rock truck almost land on the water. He was driving down the road trying to eat a sandwich or whatever, and he's like, man, next thing I know, I was off the road. I'm like, well, at least thank you didn't tell me that you saw a moose and you swerved off the road like so many other people do. I'm like, at least you're honest. There's a lot to be said for that.
People don't realize that they're driving around a big machine, you know? It's like, those trucks are not small.
Yeah. Exactly.
Overall, it's going okay, though?
Yeah, we're gaining on it.
Good.
Want to see?
Well, the gold shows.
So far, Parker's Yukon crew have mined 60 acres, delivering 5,372 ounces.
So this is Big Red down on the runway.
Now the crew are eager to see how much Big Red can add to the total, despite running at a reduced speed.
70, 80, 100, 130, 160, 170, 200, 220, 250, 270, 277.3.
Not bad.
Not a bad run.
That's good.
Not bad at all.
Especially turned down.
Yeah.
I like seeing that. But anyway, come here, T. This is Lucifer.
Let's see what she did. 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 220, 260, 280, 300.
There we go.
320, 330, 342.8.
I think we want some hot ground.
Sending the extra pay from Big Red to Slucifer has paid off, giving a combined total of 620 ounces, worth $1 million.
That gives us a season total of $59.91.
That's a hell of a cleanup there, and
We've been running these wash plants hard all year, but we're gonna run them the hardest right now, right to the finish line. That's it down there. Hopefully there's a little gold in this ground here.
At Parker's Indian River claim, Foreman Mitch Blaschke is trying to sluice a mountain of pay dirt before the end of the season. With wash plants Big Red and Slucifer both running 24/7. To keep the plants fed, Mitch has elevated one of his green crew members from a rock truck to a loader.
We've got Evan trying to train him up because he's a young guy that's really enthusiastic, wants to be out here learning the machines and how to do things, and he's got a great attitude.
What the is going on? Tyson, you gotta copy Tyson. There's a bunch of rocks in the sluice runs.
We're gonna go ahead and shut her down.
Hit it!
Parker's due back from Alaska. Big Red's down. We have no gold coming in, no money coming in, but a lot going out. We really need to try and hammer this out and get it done. Get us fired back up.
Oh, we got Big Red down this morning. It's got a lot of large material going down the sluice runs.
At Parker Schnabel's airstrip claim, Mitch and Tyson have had to shut down Big Red after Evan spotted rocks in the sluice runs.
Just gonna take a look at it. You know, you see all these here? That means we have a blown out screen, and it's got to be a pretty big hole for rocks this size to be coming in. And when the rocks land in spots like this, it'll create dead spots where the gold isn't being caught. So as you can tell, the runs are littered in rocks, so I'm gonna have to go and hand pick all these out and get up in the screen deck and change that screen.
You know, the material that we're running right now, as you can see from the tailings here, is really sharp, aggressive rock. So you think about all that material working its way across this wash plant hours and hours a day. And you know, these screens are pretty thin to begin with. And then when you go and work that material over the top, eventually it cuts through them. So we're gonna remove the old screen, bring the new one in, get her bolted back up.
The screen deck meshing separates large rocks from the finer pay dirt, allowing the gold-rich material to drop through the screens. But if the screen breaks, the large rocks fall through as well. Once in the sluices, the rocks block the flow of water, stopping the riffles from catching the gold and washing it out of the end of the box.
You see it? Now we've got a bad screen here. Check that one out the bottom. Yeah, just like that. It's looking good.
It's been a fight getting Big Red set up, but hopefully the fight is over.
She's fixed. Time to fire it up. It's a good feeling. You know, if Evan hadn't have spotted this, more and more material would have built up in the sluice runs until we're doing all this work, we're washing all these rocks, but we're not catching any gold.
Running the plant by myself, knowing that they trust me to do so, it's a big step up, and I'm really happy to be taking it right now.
Need to keep working everything on that.
Hello, guys.
What up, buddy?
You got our baby back in action?
Back up and rolling.
Well, it looks like you got her turned up.
She's cranking through the dirt right now. But man, it just feels good to have Big Red back up and running.
Yeah, but you guys got that done in a hurry. So it's the final stretch. We just got to hunker in and keep feeding it, huh?
I mean, it's pretty wild. You look down there and that's the property line.
Definitely a pretty ambitious season, and thank you guys for making it happen.
Got two of them running again. How good is that?
Hopefully we can keep it running.
Hey, Parker.
Hey, man.
Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh, for me? Thanks.
It's an ashtray.
Oh, is it real gold?
It's our gold.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So everything's made out of gold from here.
A golden ashtray. Holy cow.
You guys can expect something similar in 30 years, 40 years.
$6.95.
Yeah.
Worth $12,000.
Seems like saying thank you is not enough.
You're everybody's friend out here, you know?
Yeah.
And we all really appreciate that. And
Thank you.
That's from the crew.
Oh, thank you.
Got Big Red set up and just got it up and going.
So Big Red didn't get a whole lot of runtime.
Day and a half.
Oh.
Yeah. Want to see?
Sure.
Now, it's time for the first gold from the runway cut.
10, there we go. 20, 30, 40, 51.6.
Worth nearly $90,000. But if they can run Big Red for a full week, it could deliver $500,000.
And Lucifer's been purring right along too. There's been no majors on that, so we got a good number here, T.
Lucifer has been running dirt from the payback cut. The last cleanup produced 210 ounces.
Alrighty, let's do it. 20, 40, 150, 200, 300. 330. 336.05. It's not bad.
Not at all.
Worth nearly $600,000.
Now you get Big Red to do that too, and we'll have some pretty nice weeks.
Well, you guys happy to be done moving wash plants?
It's a lot of work, that's for sure, but you know, to have Big Red there, and I mean, you look at the property lines right there, we're at it. So now it's a matter of just getting all that dirt through these plants, and pretty crazy. Like you look at how many miles of ground we've gotten through over the years, and to be at the last little bit of it.
Sluice it or lose it.
Yep.
Thanks, fellas.
No problem. See you guys later.
Mine boss Fred Lewis is struggling to figure out how things have gone so wrong. With just weeks left of the season, he's only pulled in 118 ounces, well short of his 500-ounce goal.
Winter's coming way faster than we had hoped, and we're in a crunch for time. It's just not going as planned. In order to make this work, we're gonna have to push every second of every day. We've got to get enough gold to at least pay for all these bills to keep us going next season and to pad the guys' pockets. Because no one's gonna come back if they're not getting gold.
To make his season a success, Fred needs at least 60 ounces of gold a week. But plagued by faulty equipment and shutdowns, he's averaging just 15. In a desperate bid to up his gold, he's calling in a favor from one of the Klondike's big guns.
I just got a call from Parker. He's passing by our mine site on his way to his Alaska claims. I asked him to come and check out the operation.
So I've been splitting my time between the Yukon and Alaska, more in Alaska than here. The traveling is getting to me. You know, I've been back and forth like a yo-yo. Here in Alaska, we've sunk a lot of money into it, and I don't know how I feel about it. The ground's difficult. I'm just having a lot of problems. Fred's mine site here is just on the way between Fairbanks and Dawson, and he asked me to pop in and said he needed some advice on something. Good to see what he needs and see what's going on.
Last time I saw him, he pretty much told me to go myself, but it's always good to get a guy like that's opinion. He knows a lot about mining, and you never know what he could see.
How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Glad you came, man. Well, this is it, man. Like, the big thing for us right now is we're kind of chasing this quartz vein. It's funny, actually. From Papua New Guinea, remember how we saw him pounding with the pipe and the...
Uh-huh.
I actually built one of those to test the quartz because I was like, I'm not going to chase quartz if there's no gold in it. And there were some flakes.
Huh.
Gold seems to be better on that line. Off to the sides, it's kind of like, 0.5, 0.4. The biggest we've
What
had...
do you mean 0.5 or
0.5 ounces per 100, half an ounce 100.
So what do you need help with? What's your issue?
Biggest thing is my wash plant. If we don't feed it exactly right, it doesn't work right. And I don't know if it's...
What do you mean it doesn't
Like if they
work
overfeed
right?
the wash plant half a scoop,
What happens?
it overflows the sluice boxes right away. So we're just stuck basically feeding 1 bucket every 2 minutes.
So what is that, like a 1.5 yard bucket?
2. Well, it's supposed to be a 2. And we're barely getting any gold at all on the bottoms.
If you'd have pulled a rock like that out of your sluice box, like you've got a tiny little flake of gold fighting a rock that size.
Okay.
Nothing's coming off your top deck. There's no point to having it, really, is there?
Well, depends.
There's huge gaps.
That gap right there, yeah, the screen keeps sliding down. We even tried welding them together, they keep breaking. Big part broke off right here.
How long have you been running like this?
The whole season.
All year.
We're in scramble mode now. Just trying to make it last the rest of the season.
Did you only get one set of screens
Yeah,
for the whole season?
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a up, Fred.
Well, I'm learning now. That's why you're here. I didn't think it would wear out this fast.
We've gone through 100 grand worth of screens this summer.
Whew. Okay.
3 weeks ago,
It's got a lot of large material going down the sluice runs.
Parker's crew discovered the same problem on their plant, Big Red.
Yeah, we've got a bad screen here.
Normally, shaker deck screens separate large rocks from the finer gold-rich material. But when worn away through months of running, the large rocks fall down into the sluice runs, where they block the flow of water, preventing the riffles from catching gold and sending it off the end of the sluice runs. Now Fred's plant is losing gold too.
Do you think it's worth looking for new screens this late in the season?
No, you won't get them in time. I'm trying to think of what you can do now. We don't have anything that'll fit.
I honestly didn't know. I didn't know screens would wear out that fast. I don't know why I didn't know it, but I didn't. I need to look into finding a way to get new screens. I'd like to get a chance to come out and visit you, but I don't think I can leave.
Yeah, no, you don't have time for that. You're very busy. All right, I gotta run.
Yeah, dude, thanks for coming,
Good to see
man.
ya. No
Yeah, it's really
worries.
nice seeing you. Take care.
You too. It's really, really easy to go and pick apart somebody's operation. You know, there was some points in the last couple months where if you showed up in Fairbanks at our mine site, you could be like, holy these guys have no clue what they're doing. He's out here trying to do it. I guess that's worth something. But anyways, like your whole season revolves around your plant, right? Like, you've got to take care of it. And that's, like, they haven't taken care of their plant. Fred's gonna be in a tough spot for the rest of the year.
You know, it's hard as a gold miner hearing from another gold miner that you're up, but at the same time, if you don't learn from those mistakes and fix them, you're always gonna be a gold miner. The screens are and absolutely ridiculous. It's something we've got to fix. Shut it down.
Fred can't afford to keep running with the wash plant losing gold, so once again, shuts down.
Buzz!
Yeah.
You just missed Parker. He was talking about the plant and showing me the problems. He said our screen's
Yeah.
and that's what's causing us pretty much all the problems.
Buzz Legault built Sergeant Sluice with Fred in his yard at the start of the season.
Hell yeah, I got a piece of them in my home, man. Kind of rough, wore out, bent up, but hopefully they'll do.
Okay.
Early tests in
2/3 of the way into his season, Klondike legend Tony Beats is still 2,500 ounces shy of his 5,000 ounce target.
We got some decent gold out of the gold cut and the blue cut. However, that is just not going to get us to our 5,000 ounce gold. Anyway, the gold cut is finished for the season. So now we're going to clean up the last of the blue cut. In a week or so, it should be pretty much done.
Tony's crew have mined out the last thawed pay dirt in the 9-acre cold cut, are down to the final scraps in the 7-acre blue cut, and have drained the 80-pup cut to chase gold-rich white channel pay, which should deliver over 2,000 ounces of gold. While the trommel runs the last of the blue cut, Tony heads back to the 80-pup to locate the fabled white channel pay streak.
Coming down here now, you look in the hole, it's got to be 10 feet of red. That stuff really didn't cut it for me. Last year, there seems to be too much gold in it to throw it away, and not quite enough gold in it to make a living out of it. There may be a nice little piggy bank in here yet. We'll find out.
The Beats now face a race against time to expose all the White Channel pay before the Blue Cut runs dry.
It's always nice to find the next piggy bank. We got some decent coming out of this hillside. Whoa, 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 whoa. I believe I found a Mammoth tusk. Ooh. Whoa. That certainly is. Look at them. Tusks is not that big of a discovery, but if there's something attached to it, that's a whole different story. It's very rare that I find a tusk like this sticking out of the bank. This could be, who knows?
2 months ago,
a gold miner in northwest Canada has stumbled upon an incredible, as well as unexpected find, a mummified baby woolly mammoth, thought to be more than 30,000 years old. The discovery in Yukon's Kleinkai gold fields is the first near-complete and well-preserved woolly mammoth found in North America.
the baby mammoth was unearthed just 40 miles from Paradise Hill and isn't the area's first groundbreaking discovery.
A couple of years ago down here, we found a horse head here that is related to a donkey and a zebra by DNA. That was one of the older skulls ever discovered. I should phone the kids. I mean, they'd like to see like that. Kevin, Monica, and Mike, the Igabi.
Sure do.
Okay, can you guys come up here? I just found a mastodon tusk sticking out of the bank. You see that, Kevin?
Interesting.
Wow.
Holy.
That's the first time we see one sticking out of the bank, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice and polished right there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you go dig it out.
Oh, I'm always the one on a piece of
That's because you're the
Okay,
best.
Not too close, not too close.
You got another one?
Hey, Dad!
1 sec.
Let's see.
Jawbone?
I think you might be right on that. The rest of that might even be in there.
Okay, hang in there. I gotta think. I just may want to phone them paleontologists, and then they can dig the rest out themselves.
I think that's probably
yeah.
a smarter idea.
You might have a whole skull in there if you're pulling out pieces like that.
I think you should definitely call them, but especially coming off like them finding that
Well,
baby
this is
mammoth. Nothing else besides it's good for the scientific community, and like this you don't find all the time.
If we're gonna do that, we're gonna lose Tony in the cut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Tony's called a stop to all mining in the 80 pub to bring in a team of paleontologists who'll examine and remove the tusk. But as a result, his plan to stockpile White Channel pay before they run out of blue cut pay dirt is at a standstill.
I mean, that is something we really don't need right now.
Oh, I've never seen a tusk quite like that before. It looks pretty cool, actually.
Now, a team of paleontologists have arrived to investigate and determine if there are any more mammoth remains in the area.
This is one of the few sites where we've gotten another mummified remains, so it's pretty exciting.
It's nice that we can slowly expose it in situ, and it tells us a lot more.
We'll have to clear away some of that material to get a better sense.
Hopefully there's a skull in there. It's hard to say. You want to put it down right here? We followed the rest of the tusk to the back and found the end of it. It's just not attached to the skull.
Okay. 295. 295.
And that is 53.
Based on the length and also the circumference, you know that it's male. Probably 30 years old.
The team haven't found mummified remains this time, but they've unearthed a 10-foot-long tusk belonging to a magnificent beast that roamed Paradise Hill over 30,000 years ago.
It's a good candidate for further analysis.
We don't often find a lot of big mammoth pieces. There's Tony.
How's it going?
We were able to extract this nearly complete tusk from the section.
Right, that's actually pretty nice, huh?
We found part of a skull, but it's not attached. So you can start mining again.
That's great news. Mike, you copy? Get everything moved into 80 pop with the place.
Just hours before they run out of pay, the 80 pop is back open, and the beats are back on the gold.
Voila, we should be in business.
Slucifer is feeling very heavy today. We're moving the plant right now, fully dressed here. We certainly don't have time this late in the season to fully disassemble the plant for the move and then put it all back together. The sluice runs are shaking really good side to side, and that's just because any bit of input you give it just gets amplified throughout the wash plant. You know, you jerk the wash plant a little bit one way or the other, all that energy transfers through. So we're trying to be just smooth and steady here. Hopefully we don't end up breaking this thing. Well, right now we're just approaching the runway that we built.
With no flight schedule or way of communicating with planes coming into land, Tyson will act as spotter.
The last thing we want is to have this wash plant stuck there in the middle of the runway and have somebody wanting to land and not be able to. So just gonna try and get through there with no trouble. See what happens.
Hey, Mitch, you got a copy, Mitch?
Yeah, go ahead.
Looks like a plane's coming in right now.
Thanks for the heads up, I'll hold here.
Looks like he's looping around and gonna come in landing downstream.
You know, when we built the runway, we had no intention of ever going back to the Panama Canal, and never did we think we'd be dragging a fully dressed wash plant back down this runway.
Looks like he's heading towards Eureka now, so he might not be coming in for a landing.
Yeah, man, I think we're good. We're gonna go for it here. Here we go, runway's clear, we're going for it.
Oh, hang on a sec, Mitch. We got a plane coming in.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty sketchy. That was a good spot there, man. All right, Tyson. Well, that guy landed here, but I'm just going to get on the runway right now, so just keep your head on a swivel there if you see anybody coming in.
My eyes are glued on the sky.
Hopefully we can get this thing where it needs to be here before another plane's circling.
Oh, hang on there, Mitch. You're gonna catch the sluices on the runway. Just have to take a little more out of this end.
Man, go in there and widen it out as much as you can.
So Slucifer is 32 feet wide from wing to wing, so we just gotta widen our lower road a little bit here to make it so Slucifer can make it by. Doing pretty good on this plant move, but tearing a wing off could change all that very quickly.
All right, we just got to keep it right down the center here. We got no room for error. Hey, we got something in the distance over there to the west. You see that?
Just get her up there quick.
Come on, baby. Let's go, let's go. All right, man, there it is. We got Slucifer past the runway. We're gaining on it.
More than 2 hours after starting the move, Mitch and Tyson reach their final destination.
Well, we are here at the Panama Canal, but now for the hardest part of this whole deal is getting this heavy wash plant up on top of that pad and getting it in place. You want to jump up here on the pad and help guide this thing into place?
Copy that. Looking good, Mitch. Just keep her coming like that.
That's a little easier said than done.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy. Don't want to flip it into the plant. Goes to show how much Lucifer weighs and how the 750 is even struggling to pull it up.
Lucifer on the pad, Mitch must rotate it 90 degrees into position.
I think right there.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
The last Lucifer wash plant move of the year.
It's in place, it's level, and we're happy.
Nice job,
there
man.
There we go.
All that's left? Connect the 120-foot-long super stacker that feeds pay to the plant and fire up.
So let's throw some dirt at this thing. This is the first scoop from the Panama Canal going through Lucifer here. Now it's a matter of, is there any gold in it?
Hey, doing it.
Hey, T.
How's it going?
Good.
So far this season, Parker's Yukon crew has banked just under 6,000 ounces, still way short of last year's 8,300-ounce gold haul.
Quite the week, man.
Yeah.
Now, with the latest gold from 3 different cuts, it's time to see how close he is to a record season.
Mitch, you ready for your baby?
Let's hear it, man.
Up first, Big Red on the runway cut.
150, keep going. 230, 240, 250, 280, 290, 300 right on the dot.
On the nose.
Worth over $500,000. Next up, Lucifer's last gold from the payback cut.
20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 80, 100, 109.9.
Almost $190,000.
That cut went fine.
Yeah.
Nothing special, but if we can't get special, we'll take consistent.
Yeah.
Finally, Lucifer's first gold from the Panama Canal cut.
We almost had an airplane land on the pre-wash Lucifer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who has the right of way when you're moving a wash plant across the runway?
We were kind of wondering the same thing.
We definitely were bigger. Yeah. Did it get any gold, Doomit?
Oh, it got a little bit. Yeah.
Let's check it out. Here we go.
Here we go.
10, 30, 40, 60, 100.
There we go.
120, 140, 159. Look at that.
Not bad.
Have a lot of hours on that?
No.
Gotcha. Good, good.
Yeah, I mean, great start, right?
Just 3 days sluicing has delivered $270,000 of gold.
We got this plant hustling.
You got it pumping, huh?
Yeah. The more you start revving it, the faster it goes, but the chance of it blowing up gets a lot better. You know, we still got a fair bit of dirt to get through down here.
Well, if we don't get it this year, we don't get it, period.
No. You know, the best thing is we're out here because if something goes wrong, you want to catch it quick and get this thing fired back up.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to pull an all-nighter with me here? If you want to feed the plant, I'll do tailings. We'll just keep it running tonight.
Yeah, let's do her. That sounds like a plan, Mitch. It's the end of the season, we're almost there, and we just got to get the last bit of ground sluiced out before we get frozen out.
For the final push, Mitch and Tyson will run Big Red through the freezing night. To protect the sluices, Chris Dumit insulates them with tarps.
Hopefully with a couple turbo torches underneath here, it'll keep it from freezing up on us. We've had a sluice box freeze on us before, and it's not pretty.
So Mitch and I just started our night shift here, trying to keep Big Red going. You know, worked all day, now gonna work all night.
We're just on the final lap here. Just got to get the last of these rocks through Big Red.
Hey Mitch, you got a copy, Mitch?
Yeah, go ahead.
Looks like might have a bit of a jam up in the feeder here.
I'm not surprised. She's probably just freezing up down there now. How wet that material got. This is not what we want to be doing right now. Let's try and get it out at the bottom, and hopefully it'll all come down. I was hoping to have this thing done here before the sun comes up. This ain't looking good.
Oh, landslide.
There we go, there we go. Yeah, let me bump the belt. That material's freezing to the back wall. Things like a big ice box. Dumping that wet stuff just sticks right to it. We just got to turn this back on, get it cleared out. Oh, this is gonna be a long night. How you looking? Good, sir. You good? Perfect. This is part of sluicing in the cold. You ready? Yeah. Back at it. With the way it's looking, we're probably going to be out of pay dirt, well, hopefully before the sun comes up.
You know, it's been a really long season this year. To think where we started off is...
What the hell? Tyson, shut it off. Something just let loose. Kill the feed, kill the feed. Something is let loose on this wash plant.
Looking back on these last 10 years, been involved in recovering over 50,000 ounces of gold. But I think the greatest thrill was watching a boy grow up to be a man. And that was quite an experience. It was great.
It's time for Parker's final gold weigh of the season, and the last ever from his Indian River claim.
What's up?
Hey, Mitchell. T?
How's it going, Dumit?
Good, how you doing, buddy?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
All right, Chris.
Yes, sir.
How'd things go?
To beat last year's Yukon record-breaking 8,310 ounces, Parker needs his final week of the season to deliver 821 ounces of gold.
This is Panama and then runway.
Alrighty, here we go. We got 20.
First up, the runway cut.
100, 120, 160. We got 200, 220, 260. Keep going. 360, 388.5.
Worth over $660,000.
Almost 400 ounces.
That got us a lot closer to where we need to be.
Next, the final pay dirt from the Panama Canal, which last week delivered 572 ounces.
You got to remember, though, we did not get a full 4-day run. It was a really short run, but for the hours you guys ran...
30, 40, 60, 80, 100, 130, 140, 160, 170, 200, 210, 230, 240.80.
Worth almost $410,000.
Probably the best 2 days we've ever had with one plant.
Yeah.
Ever.
So for the week, we wound up with 629.3 ounces.
What's our season total?
8,118 ounces.
almost 200 ounces short of last year's record haul, but still nearly $14 million in gold.
But I honestly believe you guys got all the gold that was there.
We pretty well aced everything that we can control. Alaska didn't go very well.
No?
Terrible. Made me appreciate you guys and this place all that much more.
Right.
Big Red just on its own ran almost 2,400 hours. It's so much lucent. Everybody did great and stepped up and rose to the challenge.
Hell of a season, guys.
Awesome.
Go find us some more dirt, man.
I'm working on it, yeah. And no matter what, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty, but we'll make it work.
I think we got a bunch of people waiting to find out how we did, Parker.
The first season here, we probably did a couple 100,000 square feet. And this year, we mined just about 4 million square feet. It's a huge accomplishment, you know? And it took everybody here. I just really want to thank you guys for the effort that you've put out. I don't know what the future holds for us, but, you know, the one thing that I'm dead set on is I love working with you guys, and I want to keep that together. And so I'm doing everything I can to, you know, keep ground ahead of us and keep permits open and keep the music playing. All right. Give me a cigar.
All righty, buddy. Thanks for everything.
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
It definitely makes me sad that we're not going to keep mining this property. I mean, like, this is where we started. This is where it all began. But it means we have time to go do something else. Go find new ground. Make another fortune or lose the one we made. I'm Parker Schnabel, and you're watching Discovery Australia. Hit subscribe now to not miss out on any Gold Rush content.